Brexit. Britain will ditch the EU's CE mark and bring back the crown stamp on UK pint glasses, while imperial measurements may also return. As part of Lord Frost's bonfire of EU regulation, the UK will bring back the stamp which was ditched in 2007. The stamp was introduced in 1699 before it was replaced by the European conformity mark. The decision to bring back the crown stamp was announced as part of the UK's so-called Brexit Opportunities document, while shops may also be allowed to sell fruit and vegetables in pounds and ounces. The government said in the document, "We will remove the EU-derived prohibition on printing the crown stamp on pint glasses and allowing publicans and restaurants to voluntarily embrace this important symbol on the glassware, should they choose to do so." Regulations were introduced in 1994 which required goods to be weighed in metrics. In 2007, the stamp was removed as part of the EU's Measuring Instruments Directive. There had been fierce opposition to the EU mark in 2007, although the Commission said the two could be used as long as the crown stamp was not confused with the CE mark. Speaking to peers today, Lord Frost revealed the UK will review EU law if it does not benefit the British public. Following a report from the Task Force for Regulatory Reform, Innovation and Growth (TIGRR), led by Sir Ian Duncan-Smith, retained EU law will be now scrutinised. Current legislation requires traders to use measurements such as grams, kilograms, millilitres and litres. Existing rules states traders can display an imperial measurement alongside the metric measurement. Lord Frost said, "We are going to conduct a review of so-called retained EU law, and by this, I mean the very many pieces of legislation which we took onto our own statute book through the European Union Withdrawal Act of 2018, and we must now revisit this huge, but for us, anomalous, category of law. In doing so, we have two purposes in mind. First of all, we intend to remove the special status of retained EU law, so that it is no longer a distinct category of UK domestic law, but normalised within our law, with a clear legislative status. Unless we do this, we risk giving undue precedence to laws derived from EU legislation over laws made properly by this Parliament. This review also involves ensuring that all courts of this country should have the full ability to depart from EU case law according to the normal rules. The regulations Lord Frost speaks of were transferred into the statute book through the 2018 EU Act of 2018. Other plans announced by the government include the review into selling in pounds and ounces, digital driving licenses and general aviation reform. Lord Frost added, "From rules on data storage to the ability of businesses to develop new green technologies, overbearing regulations were often conceived and agreed in Brussels with little consideration of the UK national interest. We now have the opportunity to do things differently and ensure that Brexit freedoms are used to help businesses and citizens get on and succeed." Today's announcement is just the beginning. The government will go further and faster to create a competitive, high-standards regulatory environment which supports innovation and growth across the UK as we build back better from the pandemic. As well as a review into retained EU law, the government will also reform legislation the UK inherited post-Brexit. Legislation such as the GDPR will come under this new structure taken on post-Brexit. As recommended by the TIGRR, Lord Frost also announced more rigorous testing before the government makes decisions to regulate.